Hello everyone, my name is VoidDoctor and welcome back to another episode on the InfinityCraft server. And today you may notice we're beginning this episode inside of a hole. Now this isn't just any hole, this is actually what I've been working on off camera in between episodes, and it's actually quite a fun project. I know it seems like it's just a lot of digging, but basically this is the hole that I'm going to put the shipyard sort of dry docks in. So the idea here with dry docks is that you got this big floodgate here, and I know it doesn't look like much right now, it just looks like a big strip spruce wall, but trust me, later in this episode, or just in a couple minutes, we're going to make this whole place look very cool. But what would happen is, you notice that this is sort of holding in the water, so a ship would sail in here when this place is flooded, so they'd sort of open the gate and flood the whole dry dock here. A ship would sail in, and then it would sail in for repairs, and then they drain the entire sort of, the room here, the hole. So the ship was resting on a flat surface at the bottom, sort of somewhere to work on it, something like that. And then once they were ready to have the ship sail again, they'd flood the dry dock again, and the ship would float back to the surface, or the water level. And this is also where ships would be built, and then once they were done being built, they'd just flood the dry docks, like I said. So it makes it much easier to work on ships and construct them, things like that. And I do realize this dry dock is quite small, probably not even large enough to construct a ship of this class right here, but it's the thought that counts. I'd assume that smaller things like this little piece right here would probably be tacked on later. So this is like the shipbuilding where they'd build the hull, right? So my idea is to have like an under construction ship in here, and I think we're probably going to work on this place in the form of a third-person time-lapse. Very early in the episode, only 2 minutes in, but we're going to do a little building time-lapse. Not a very long time-lapse, just a little one putting probably some cranes and things out here, and of course, constructing an under-construction ship hull. Or ship hull, not ship hole, ship hull. Enjoy the time-lapse. And here we are, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that time-lapse as much as I enjoyed creating it, and I'm actually super happy with how this whole shipyard has come together. I think it just sort of integrates into the landscape quite nicely. It sort of blends in with the road very well. And I think this crane, I'm probably going to change it, but I think this crane is pretty funny. You know how the normal cranes use 2 counterweights? I thought it would be funny because it's, you know, it's like a larger sort of supersized version of this normal crane. I thought it would be funny to just use 3 counterweights. I mean, I know it doesn't look the greatest, so I'm probably going to change it, but I just thought it was funny to use 3 counterweights and not just have a larger counterweight. I don't know, I just thought that was just super funny to me. But yeah, I'm super happy with the actual, like, you know, in construction ship. It's I feel like it's a little bit bland right now, like there's not a ton going on in there, but it gets the job done, and I'll probably eventually change it. But right now it looks cool, and it just sort of shows that yes, this place is still a thriving town producing ships and things of that sort. So it just sort of gives the town a bit more life, a bit more life, I guess, a bit more, makes the town feel a bit more lively. So yeah, I'm happy with how this has come together, and it serves its purpose quite well. I'm having to fix this now because I just realized I think I made this little bit that kind of sticks out here. I made it go this way instead of inwards towards the main floodgate, so now I'm having to completely change this up again. That is much, much, much better. However, the next thing I'd like to do in today's episode is a little bit different. Remember how I made that egg machine at Fake Blossom's base? Way back now. Well, I thought that was a pretty funny prank. I thought it was pretty funny, and I just like pranking people in general, but I thought that was pretty funny, especially since we're neighbors, right? So, I've been off camera just sort of continuing to just mess with Fake Blossom to the point of retaliation, occasionally killing me, but most of the time just hitting me with her sword a couple times, and then I leave. And it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny, but a couple of days ago, after killing me multiple times for just doing a light amount of trolling, I noticed that she'd taken my heads from our player heads data pack and put them on stakes. And I thought, hey, that's a little too far. That's a little bit aggressive. So I feel like now us plainsfolk, that being myself, Fake Blossom, and JL Sailor, need to sign some sort of treaty, because I've already, even though JL Sailor has literally only been on the server for like 3 days, there's already been high amounts of tension between us due to a slight bit of trolling. So I think it's probably a good idea to just establish some peace here, because we're so close together that if we really wanted to, this could escalate so quickly it would become problematic. So I think what I'm gonna do is throw a sort of party in Westhold, just a big celebration, big colorful celebration, and we'll have some sort of banquet or something here, and then we can sort of eventually wander on over to maybe this house over here and sign the treaty. So first, what I want to do is get this house set up for the treaty signing. So since that's going to be my main motive here for this party, not really the party itself, but more the treaty signing, and then we'll get working on the festivities. So I've just gotten this little table set up here. I'll eventually decorate it in the future, just in between clips probably. But I just want to get this treaty written out, and I want a cool name for it, something cool, something with a bit of a ring to it. So I think I'm going to come up with just some general guidelines of this treaty before we actually get any writing done. Okay, so I thought of some rules. Rule number 1. We don't hurt each other. We don't attack each other. There's no rule number 2. This is pretty much the only rule. Okay, I think you guys get the point. So we're just gonna write this book, and we're gonna make it sound as fancy and legal as possible, like, you know, like a legal document. And then we're gonna put it on the lectern and have people sign it. I just realized the Plains Treaty Alliance name, the abbreviation is PTA, which also means Parent Teacher Association. I think we're just gonna keep that in there because I think it's hilarious that this pretty official sounding, albeit Minecraft document, has the abbreviation PTA for Parent Teacher Association. Okay, so rules. No member of the PTA shall in any way mess with or troll the others. In other words, this is a peace treaty designed to instill an age of peace in the Plains region of InfinityCraft. So now we just take this book, plop it down right there, and they'll come up here, sign it if they feel like it. If they don't, then shame on them. And they'll leave and continue the festivities, I guess. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to do is get some little streamers and banners sort of hung up over the city streets, and just to sort of make it feel like this is my official way of sort of ushering in an era of peace and prosperity into the Plains region, whereas before it was pure chaos. It was in between episodes, you would not believe how chaotic Fake Blossom's base was. It was kind of crazy. I just decided not to put it in an episode because it was chaotic. That's kind of the nature of it. But yeah, it was too chaotic. I don't know if I like that or not. That's really high up, and it just feels like it's sort of drooping down too much. So I think I might find a different design for the streamers. Alright, I like that a bit more, but now it feels like these are too close together, so maybe like this? As you can see, I'm quite indecisive about pretty much everything in the world. This looks nice, and we can do variations of this, and hold on, wait a sec, I just had an idea. Yeah, this looks a lot better. It's a little bit low down, but I feel like it looks nice, and it just feels quite festive around here. So I think I'm going to do this with a bunch of different colors, and sort of get this whole place set up to feel like a big party. And then maybe we can set up some sort of banquet, maybe in a little park area, like over there or something, and I think this will be cool. Yeah, I am really liking how this street is looking. It really feels... I feel like it kind of looks like a clothesline, sort of, but it feels like it just adds quite a bit of color. Maybe we'll even keep these up for a while. I don't know. Okay, so the last few little streamers I put up around here are just in the little fountain square down here, because it's probably somewhere where they'll see them. You know, the guests, the foreign delegates, I believe is the term. Stay in school, kids. But, yeah. I think these look nice. They add a pop of color, and they just sort of show, hey, there's a celebration going on here, and there's something to celebrate, which is the lack of, or hopefully the lack of conflict in the near future. But now the next thing we have to do is set up some sort of event to get them here without really telling them that there's going to be a signing of a treaty, because that doesn't sound very exciting. So I think I'm going to set up some sort of just a small lunch or something around here, maybe even like right here, and just sort of have it be like a, just like a place to, have some conversations, stuff like that. So I think we're going to get that set up, and then we'll invite them over to Westhold to have a lunch and talk politics, InfinityCraft politics. Okay, so I have a few supplies that I've gotten ready, and I'm going to grab a few more things, but there's just a cool thing that I don't think I've ever really discussed in detail that we have on the InfinityCraft server. And that, along with a bunch of other data packs that, again, I haven't really discussed in detail, is one that is almost perfect for creating interiors. Basically, it lets you place an armor stand down. You grab this special little book, and it lets you control everything about the armor stand. It lets you give it arms, which is not possible in Java edition of Minecraft. It lets it hold items. It lets it do poses. It lets you rotate the armor stand. It gives you so much control over what you can do with the armor stand. It's so powerful. I would 100% recommend it for anyone who likes doing interiors, because it makes your life so much easier. Like, I used it in the castle quite a bit, and it's just fun. It's like armor stand, it's like item frames, but a little bit more complicated, so it's a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but there is a Zombie Cleo video that I will link somewhere in the cards, and that runs through the armor stand book quite well, and it's how I learned how to use it, so check that out if you want to know how to use the armor stand book. Okay, so this is just a very, very, very quick demonstration. So basically, what you have to do is grab a book and quill and sign it and name it statues, and name it statues, and you'll get a book that's like this, enchanted, that's named as statues v2.8. And when you open it, you'll notice something's a bit strange. And so what you want to do is press the button that says check target, and whichever armor stand you are about to start editing will start glowing. And then I'm going to say no, do not show the base plate. and we want to do show arms, and I'm going to give this one a carrot. And then the only other thing is apply gravity. No. Yeah, that's what you want to do. And then I go back on here, item flat on surface, and there we go. See? Pretty simple, and pretty fun. And there you go, little carrot sitting on the table. We could probably do something with like a plate or something, but right now I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this whole banquet table is coming together, like this feast table is coming together. And the last thing I'd like to do is take a quick trip to the nether, grab some warped wood, and I think I want to make some warped wood chairs around here, because warped wood, I think it's pretty, and it's different, and it sort of stands out, and it looks nice too. Okay, so let's see how this looks, actually. I want to see how this looks with you. Let's see, put that there, there's there. We're only going to need like 3 seats here. So, one, I'm staggering them around these little mugs here just to make it look like the mugs are actually being used. Put one there. And put one here or here. I'm going to say here. Neither of those 2 spots. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, I am liking this actually. I really like how warped wood looks, so this is really, I think this looks really cool. The door texture kind of looks a little strange, but I think it still looks cool, and it just adds a bit of color. So I'm just going to finish up this build, and then we'll try and get our 2 neighbors to come over and sign some treaties. Okay, so I'm really happy with how this whole place has come together. It's a nice little outdoor dining situation, and I think it just looks cool with the roses leading up to it. Maybe we'll leave it here permanently, maybe we won't, I don't know. It's maybe a cool thing to just keep around as a little piece of memorabilia from this this quite remarkable day, a day of peace. So maybe we'll keep it around. Keep it around after today, that is. I'm obviously not going to take it down after this, because we have to invite our neighbors to eat, to eat with us first, and also maybe potentially sign some legal documents. So, alright, you, if you can make your way down to Westhold, and we can begin the festivities. So, the townsfolk have kind of been awaiting your arrival. That's why there's, like, banners everywhere, so yeah, that's kind of why there's streamers and things hang the streets. This was hours of the villagers' work.
Oh, wait, I see name tags. Okay.
Lovely name for a horse, Dave. I love that.
Very fitting.
All right, so you can make your way down on through the town. Just follow me. So this is just diplomatic feast here. Just a little lunch.
Oh. I did bring gifts. You know.
Oh, nice.
Straight from the
lands.
From the lands.
Maybe we can. Here's a gift from the the lands, and little pyrotechnics display. You know, everyone likes a good pyrotechnic display. Here we go. So I've brought you here to discuss some very important topics. Recently there have been some instances of, one could call it pranking at your base specifically. And,
yeah.
So I think we've gathered here today to sort of resolve this issue. So after we've finished eating our lovely meal here, we can make our way down to the fountain square over there to sign some documents. Sound good?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Fountain square over here, where our sort of diplomatic hall here is in Westhold, and begin the signing process. So if you'd please enter this room here, or this building here, and just quickly glance over this book here, and when you're ready to sign it, just take it out of the lectern, and you can write your name on the 2nd page.
Apologies, let me just sign it, and you will get it.
Alright, so just... You got your name down?
Yep.
Alright, cool. I'll sign it now. I wrote this book and I still haven't signed it, so I guess that says something. So I guess the pact is now fully signed. So are all agreements final?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. Official crouch of friendship. All right. Plains Alliance, I guess, and signed and closed. So this is now an official document. It can't be altered any longer. So this document is now final, and this pretty much is just a peace treaty. So cool. Woohoo! Yeah.
No,
Want to take a screenshot? Want to take a cool screenshot? All right. Cool. That makes it even more official. All right. Cool. No more violence.
Yeah.
The document's officially buried now, I guess, so that's cool. Okay, folks, so we have officially made peace with all of our neighbors, and I hope this era of peace lasts throughout the rest of the season. However, I think this is where we're going to leave off today's InfinityCraft episode. So, my name, as always, has been VoidDoctor. I hope you guys liked today's InfinityCraft episode. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.